Top 20 PepsiCo interview questions and answers. PepsiCo is a multinational food and beverage company founded in 1965. This article looks at some of the questions that you should expect in a PepsiCo interview. Take a look at the following. 1. What do you know about PepsiCo? The interviewer wants to know if you research the interviewing company. Make sure that everything you mention is factual. Luckily, you can find the information you need online. Sample answer. PepsiCo is a multinational American food and beverage company with headquarters in New York. It was founded in 1965 following the merge of Pepsi-Cola and Frito-Lay. It is known for various drinks such as Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Mug Root Beer, Gatorade, and Aquafina. PepsiCo once owned Pizza Hut, KFC, and Taco Bell, but later sold them in 1977. It acquired Tropicana Products in 1998 and Quaker Oats Company in 2001. 2. Why do you want to work here? This is also another common opening question that you should be conversant with as of now. You can mention how a career at PepsiCo relates to your long-term career goals or a few praiseworthy things about PepsiCo. Sample answer. I have been a fan of most of your products from a young age. I particularly enjoy a bottle or two of Mountain Dew after a long day at work. Working here will therefore be a dream come true. I also love your commitment to the environment by lowering carbon emissions, recycling packages, and achieving no waste to landfill. Your company has also won a number of awards over the years, which makes me admire you. 3. How will you benefit the company? The interviewer wants you to tell them why they should hire you. You need to detail some of your abilities and show that you are confident. Convince the interviewer that you are the right candidate for the job at hand. Sample answer. I have an array of qualities that the company will benefit from. I am an excellent problem solver and conflict resolver, attributes that I believe will benefit the workplace. I am a hardworking and self-motivated employee who will give my all to help the company achieve its missions. I am also a good team player who will fit in and get along well with other employees in the company. I am confident that I will do an excellent job if given a chance. 4. Can you work during the weekends? Employers love asking this question since it tells how flexible you are. Remember, the more flexible you are with your availability, the better your chances are of landing the job. Be honest. Sample answer. One of my greatest strengths is my flexibility. I can work during the weekends and even fill in for other employees. I enjoy my work and also have goals to meet. I don't, therefore, have a problem reporting to duty over the weekend or even extending my shifts. I mostly spend my weekends outdoors, playing video games and binge watching, and therefore, I don't mind being productive. 5. What are your salary expectations? This is usually one of the most challenging questions in interviews. It is also quite stressful, since asking for too much may ruin your chances of landing the job, and too little will see you getting underpaid. Therefore, find out the salary range of the particular job beforehand. Sample answer. My last job paid me $100,000 a year and $20,000 in travel allowances. From the information I have obtained about PepsiCo on your scale of work and salary ranges, I believe that $150,000 will be a good salary for this role. I am willing to work hard and get better every day to be worthy of the pay I have mentioned. I am also open to any offer that is near the quoted amount. 6. What is your greatest strength? The interviewer wants to know some of the skills and experience you have which correlate to the job description. It would be best if you convince them that you have everything required. Sample answer. I believe that my most significant strength is my ability to work in team settings. I am a team player who can get along well with others and contribute to the team's success. I have several people skills that have helped me foster good relationships and communicate well with team members. I particularly love the fact that this company values teamwork and therefore I will fit in perfectly. 7. Can you mention some of our competitors? Do you know the market dynamics surrounding PepsiCo? Can you mention a few worthy competitors? Make sure that you research widely. Sample answer. Being a food and beverage company, PepsiCo has several competitors. The main ones include Mondelez International, Amazon, the Coca-Cola Company, and Unilever. All of these companies deal in beverages and food, just like PepsiCo. Out of all these, the fiercest has been the Coca-Cola Company, which remains to be the company's most formidable competitor. 8. You have to understand that this is a fast-paced environment. How will you handle stress? Can you survive in an ever-changing and fast-moving environment? Convince the interviewer that the challenges you will face in this field won't prevent you from giving your all. Sample answer. I have worked in several fast-paced environments before. I, therefore, understand the stress that comes with such jobs. Fortunately, my experience has taught me how to handle this. I will prioritize work and organize myself to prevent the stress that comes with a heavy workload. I will ask for help when faced with huge workloads where necessary. I will also take some time to recharge and track my stressors. 9. How would you handle customer complaints? You need to convince the interviewer that you can serve customers well if you want to get a chance to work at PepsiCo. Show professionalism and excellent service in your answer. Sample answer. I understand just how paramount excellent customer service is to the organization. Having dealt with several customers in my career, I know what needs to be done if one comes with a complaint. I will give the customer a chance to air the complaint while listening actively. I'll show empathy throughout the discourse and apologize to the customer. I will then work to resolve the complaint and ensure that I come up with a solution. 10. Why are you leaving your current job? The interviewer wants to know why you are moving from your former workplace. Make sure that you don't badmouth your employer, employees, or the general workplace. Sample answer. I believe in change. After over 7 years in my current workplace, I think it is time to move on to a new establishment. I have learned a lot of things and gathered lots of expertise which I believe have prepared me for a role in another work environment. I want to deal with new challenges and advance my career, which I know Pepsi will help me fulfill. I also want to allow someone else to learn some of the things my current company has taught me. 11. Mention your greatest weakness. The interviewer wants to know more about you, including some of your shortcomings. Be honest but do not mention anything that will disqualify you. Sample answer. Even though I love feedback, I usually take criticism a bit too personally. It would bother me too much during the onset of my career, and I'd spend my day beating myself up over it. However, nowadays, I strive not to overreact and overfocus on what I was told, but rather channel my entire energy on improving and becoming better. Learning from feedback has made me a better person, which explains why I love customers who are open and willing to give feedback. 12. What are some of the challenges that you foresee in this new role? The interviewer wants to know some of the obstacles or challenges that you expect when working at PepsiCo. Offer ways of tackling them if possible. Sample answer. I haven't worked for any establishment as big as PepsiCo and do not, therefore, know what to expect at the moment. The challenge that I am likely to face is having to cope up with a new and ever-changing environment, given the products that you deal in, which I will strive to overcome. I know that I am a flexible and adaptable person once I am conversant with the workplace. I would also like to point out that I will be better positioned to identify the challenges once I am in. 13. What would you do if you have an issue with a policy or procedure? Working in the food and beverage industry requires you to be adaptable. Tell the interviewer how you will respond when you disagree with how something is handled or executed. Sample answer. I know the importance of adaptability in the food and beverage industry. I, therefore, expect PepsiCo to change its policies or procedures depending on what the customers need. If I have an issue with a policy or procedure, I will raise it with the relevant authority or powers who should try to find a solution. However, if it is impossible, I will adapt and do my best to get used to the policy or procedure, since I know the importance of respecting workplace policies. 14. We want you to have a healthy work-life balance. How will you ensure that? Companies understand that employees who have managed to balance their lives and work are top performers. Tell the interviewer some of the things you do outside work. Sample answer. I believe that I have a balanced work and outside life. I usually engage in the things I love most whenever I am not at work. I spend lots of time with my family and kids during my free days or the weekends. I prepare meals and even host friends over whenever I have some time on my hands. I also meditate and practice some yoga, which helps me increase my attentiveness and put me in the right mental frame. 15. How would your coworkers describe you? This is yet another common question that tells the interview how you believe your fellow workers perceive you. Mention some of your most outstanding qualities and be honest. Remember, the interviewer can easily find out about you if they choose to. Sample answer. I believe that my co-workers will describe me using some of my most outstanding qualities. They will say that I am passionate about my job, willing to give my all for the team's success, and a good communicator. They will also say that I motivate others to be at their best and respect deadlines. I also believe that they will mention my excellent organizational and prioritization skills that saw me handling huge workloads before everyone else. I am optimistic that all these qualities will help me perform exceedingly well once given a chance. 16. You don't meet our experience threshold. Why do you still believe you deserve the job? The fact that the hiring manager invited you for an interview despite not meeting the experience threshold means that you stand a chance. Focus on your other strengths and abilities when answering this question. Sample answer. I am grateful that you invited me to this interview despite not meeting the experience threshold. I believe that I have a lot more to offer than makes up for my inexperience. I have many skills and qualities that this establishment will benefit from, such as my passion and drive, excellent communication skills, a good understanding of different software, and the ability to adapt to workplace changes. I also managed to be the best employee twice in a row in my former workplace, despite being amid several well-performing and talented employees. 17. Tell us about your availability. The interviewer will always want to know about the hours you are available to work and how flexible you are. Be honest, but remember that the more available you are, the higher your chances of landing the job. Sample answer. I am available throughout the day. I am a pretty flexible individual who can work any shift, be it day or night. I do not, therefore, have a problem with any shift you deem fit. However, I prefer night to day shifts when it comes to preferences, as I am more of a night person. I can also work during the weekends and on holidays if called upon. All I ask for is to be notified in advance. 18. Can you train others? The interviewer wants to know about your experience training others. This is important as you will be called upon to induct new employees, which involves training them. Convince the interviewer that you can teach others. Sample answer. Yes. I can train and induct others, be it my team members or new employees. I have the patience to withstand the learning process and see trainees make improvements. I also have excellent communication skills needed to put across instructions and facilitate the training process. In my former workplaces, I was mandated with training new employees and ensuring that they fit in well in the workplace. I should also mention that I can train diverse people. 19. Can you give us an experience that shows you can take initiative? Employers love employees who are initiative. It would help if you showed that you could do something independently without being asked by your supervisor or the manager. This will also highlight your leadership ability. Sample answer. It brings me great joy to take the initiative. In my former workplace, I volunteered to teach a team of employees who had just joined the organization. I helped induct them into the organization without being requested by the manager or supervisor. They were pretty inexperienced and therefore required someone to guide them. I worked with them for 2 weeks, ensuring that they were good to go by the end of our interaction. 20. Can you tell us about some of the challenges facing the food and beverage industry? The interviewer wants to know just how much you know the food and beverage industry. Mention anything that poses a challenge for companies such as PepsiCo. You can also suggest ways of countering them if possible. Sample answer. There are several challenges that the food and beverage industry face. The main one is health considerations following the increased awareness of food-related disorders, forcing companies to focus more on nutrition and wellness. There is also increased demand for meat alternatives for companies whose products depend on meat and constant pressure to keep the public happy. All these have forced companies to either modify their operations or develop new recipes and production methods. Conclusion. These 20 questions sum up some of the most common interview questions at PepsiCo. Ensure that you prepare well ahead of your interview and work on your posture, pronunciation, and composure. Convince the hiring manager that you will do an excellent job if given a chance.